Who are the possible replacements?
Okay, well, you've probably heard that Katy Perry and Victoria Beckham are going to be guest judging, but we don't know that they'll be.
I'm not 100% sure who Katy Perry is.
And you guys know Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice.
Sure.
Yes.
So she has some musical credibility.
Right.
Well, I mean,
They all do. I mean, what does Paula have as far as musical credibility?
well, Paula's a serious choreographer. No one seems to dispute
Yeah.
Paula's legitimate choreographing talents.
No, I agree with that. So these are not bad options, but I like some of the later ones.
Okay. Now, how would you feel about Jessica Simpson as a judge?
I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah. Now, there's many other possibilities here, and Teresa will read some for you. It's over. Jessica Simpson.
Really? That's it?
Absolutely. It's got to be Jessica Simpson.
It's an infusion of youth. She's 29.
She's hot.
She's
Okay.
hot.
On and off. But mainly on.
I like it that people will talk about how it undermines the credibility of American Idol.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
That'll be great.
Wow.
Right. And second of all, she's a little ditzy, like Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
She'll say nice things.
Unpredictable, sweet.
Well, she'll be sweet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's perfect. And she's enough of a celebrity.
And the obsession about her weight will be like a constant source
Yeah.
of publicity
cooler
for the
talk.
show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, and they're going to get headline after headline. I think they'd be crazy to pick anyone
And
else.
I don't see why she wouldn't do it.
Oh, are you kidding me? She's done otherwise. What's she doing now? She's got nothing going
She
on.
sells a lot of shoes
Yeah, okay.
and handbags and such.
No, I'm sure
Romo
she'd do
just
it.
dumped her. She's got nothing left to do.
No, I'm
Okay.
sure she'd do it.
No, that was sad.
And look, here is, if you're Paula Abdul, you're not doing it for $5 million. If you're someone new, you're doing it for $1 million. You see what I'm saying?
$2.5 million. I mean, they won't. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to make a deal.
They just want to make a splash. I mean, the problem with Cara Delevingne, they can't have a replacement like that because no one knows who she is in the nationals. It won't make it. That hire does not make a splash. Jessica Simpson would make a splash. I think Paula Abdul will come back. I don't think you mess with I think they should pay her, and I don't think you mess with a formula that generates that much money.
But what if it's not the formula of the judges? What if it's just the format, which is a huge hit in lots of countries?
I know, but it's a huge hit here in a country where it's really hard to get that sort of consistent hit for as much as they had. I just wouldn't mess with it if it cost me take her from $3.5, pay her $7 million. If it can't get done, it can't get done. But she adds a lot to that show. I can tell just from the limited stuff that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think she adds a lot to the show, although I think that there's some value in her being so wildly unpredictable and high on whatever she's high on, that there's some entertainment value there. But there's a second part of this. It's not that they don't want to pay her because they don't think she's a big part of the show. It's that she's a giant pain in the balls. Everybody who works with her can't stand her. Okay.
Well, I don't know about that.
On the show. I don't know either. According to New York Times and ABC
No, I'm not
News.
saying that. Well, I'm not disputing. I literally didn't
People
know.
who have daily contact with her have said it's not a pleasure to work with her.
Well, then that you factor in. But I think from a production point of view, I don't think she doesn't add anything. I think the dynamic that they have struck between the three of them and now the four of them is critical to its enormous success here in a place where it is so hard to find a consistent success. Now, if they're like, we cannot bear her and we think we can continue this without her, then go forward. But I wouldn't dismiss the dynamic that they've established.
All right, and just real quick, who are the other possibilities?
Kirstie Alley,
No.
Yeah, no, that's disastrous.
Russell Brand. Apparently he
He's,
can sing and dance. Did you know this?
He's baseball cards, isn't he?
Russell.
No. You're thinking Russell Brand, forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Oh, right. Oh, no, the British
Russell
guy.
Brand,
Oh, we
actor,
like
yeah,
that guy.
and he's
funny.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he'd
he
be
can
great.
sing and act.
Oh no, he'd
He's
be great.
very funny.
Yeah, I might.
He's got
I got him
a
at number
book.
2. Yeah,
Yeah,
right
number
after
2.
Jessica.
He
No,
has
he
that
was so
Mike
great,
Wookie.
and they're making a movie. He's apparently the Sarah Marshall sequel is essentially his movie, and he was in the Bedtime Stories, the Adam Sandler movie, where he was also fairly funny.
He stole Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Just stole it.
I heard him on Fresh Air, Terry Gross's NPR show, and I had to listen to it immediately again because I thought he was so brilliant. I couldn't believe the things he was coming up
Yeah,
with.
he's not just funny. He's a little brilliant. It's gotten him in trouble a couple of times, but he should never have because he's a little too clever for the room sometimes.
Well, I think that could be good for the show
Yeah.
because he has done a lot of live television and gotten in trouble.
Look at this. You ready for this?
Yeah?
I might watch.
If
Yeah.
Russell Brand were
Like
on.
I don't watch it all, and I might think, okay, I'd with Russell Brand, I'd watch.
Also,
That's absolutely true. If Jessica Simpson was on, I'd definitely watch the first night, and then I'd watch all the YouTube clips
I
of
would never
her
watch.
being silly, right? But Russell Brand, I might actually watch the show. That's
Yeah,
a good point.
there's-
Also,
a chance.
there might be like real tension between him and Simon because all of a sudden there'd be somebody who was much more clever.
Right.
And I'm not knocking Simon. Simon's brilliant, but you might get a little dynamic there.
Okay, man,
Plus-
we're really into this.
Yeah.
He's battled drug and alcohol addictions in the past.
Oh, perfect.
So, like Paula, you wait for him to fall off the wagon. You don't wish it. Of course, you don't wish it on anyone.
Right.
But should it happen, let's hope it happens on a live show, and that you get the East Coast feed before they can fix it up.